All right, cool. Yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. Yeah, this is Farmer Pets. It's the second game that we have made. We made Castles on Wax, and it has been top 10 blockchain. I'm sorry, top 10 Wax game and a top 30 blockchain game for about the last year. And Farmer Pets is the new game. It coming from us. We basically were kind of looking at castles, and we're like, we need to do a lot of talking to our gamers and see what they want next out of castles. In the meantime, we're going to build a new game, and that is Farmer Pets. So Farmer Pets, you basically have three tools. You can see my screen here. These are my tools on the mainnet. I opened a diamond pack, which we had our first drop on Friday. We have our next drop coming up next Friday, which is the Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. And so I got kind of lucky on my pull where I got all harvesters in my pack. I could also get a land. I only got a wood land, so I didn't get a land that matches my harvester. But basically, we got three types of tools in the game. And if you ever played a game called Farmer's World or you're familiar with it, this will look very familiar to you because we are using what I call a three-tool system. But we thought there were a lot of issues, a lot of these other three-tool games, as we called them. Number one issue was bots. Number two issue was inflation of assets. So we've dealt with that in two ways. One, we've made it so that you can only claim once every 24 hours. We basically went to our community members and we're like, do you want like 12-hour claims? Do you want 24-hour claims? And they were like 24-hour claims. They voted for 24-hour claims. So that's what we've gone with. So basically, you only have to pay attention to the base resource game once a day. You get to claim all your tools, like I can do right here. And just going to wait for this to process. And then bam, there we go. I just basically claimed all of my harvesters, and now they need to be repaired because they have no durability. That's going to require
Hello?
silvers. Hello.
Hey,
And so this is basically the base game. Is you're going to have these tools that you can claim from, and you can also craft the tools. So you can craft. We have these tools. They're called the chain claw, silver mine, and a harvester, and you can also craft lands in the game. And part of our anti-inflationary measures is as you are crafting these, they're going to go up in price over time. So we haven't set the exact number yet, but after, like, let's say a couple hundred tools are crafted, well, then we're going to double the price of the cost to craft tools. So this is the anti-inflationary measure. Now, a really important thing for farmer pets is that we is that what we did with castles focused on our crafting events and our crafting of NFTs, like our heroes and dungeons, and what that we found that worked really well. We found that people love crafting in the game. They love the crafting events. So what we're going to be creating is basically a crafting event system. And so you'll be able to craft pets, collect new pets based on locations. Like here's an example, like Good Paw Ranch. Um, and here's an example of the crafting screen might look like. You can craft pet accessories, you can craft pet packs, see what kind of pet you got, and using basically the resources in the game that you earn from later parts of the game, basically from collecting pets and stuff. You get pet power and influence. So this is all one big game loop of like putting, basically staking your pets. And all this stuff is actually like limited edition NFTs combined with an anti-inflationary NFTs. And this is really important if you've been playing in Wax, because you know that inflation of assets is a really big issue. And so we've been talking to our players about what they want and what we know works. And what we know works is scarcity of assets. So we're really basically going in on this system where these assets are scarce. You craft these limited edition NFTs. And so if you craft, like, say, 100 golden retrievers in the first event, there's not going to be any more new golden retrievers. If you want golden retrievers, you're going to have to go to the people who had it during that event. and there is a deflationary mechanism here where if they get staked, they can't be unstaked. But you'll get other perks like influence and pet power. So we think it's a great game loop here. And the other great thing, there's going to be a referral system that we're putting in, because we basically looked at the wax space. We're like, what's wrong with it? Number one, there are a lot of assets that are too heavily priced. So let's focus on getting the price to like get involved in the crafting events down, and then the other thing was we need to be able to create more networking effect on the Wax platform. We need more reasons for people to come to Wax to basically, share in the gaming ecosystem. So our whole crafting event system is going to be coupled with a referral system, where with the referral system, you'll get a kickback in these resource fees and the minting fees. And we think that's really going to drive a lot of people here to the space, because right now, a lot of the Wax games are basically one-way streets. You give money to the developers, and then basically you watch the market go down until it goes into oblivion. So our crafting events are really designed around getting fresh content into the space, making it very cheap, very, very easy, low cost to participate in the crafting events, and then scale it up with the referral system, create the networking effect across, everybody in Wax and the other blockchains, get the gamers coming here, collecting things, staking the assets, competing with influence, and having a lot of fun. So there are all these pain points we're addressing in the Wax space right now. Number one is lowering the price to get into these crafting events. Number two is creating the network effect for like influencers or even guilds, people who just want to invite their friends to join the game. Then participate in the referral system. I think it's going to be a really great mix of things. We're basically here to save the Wax space. We're here to be the top Wax gaming studio by the end of the year. And our first drop sold out, and we got another one coming on Friday. So yeah, so I know I was talking for a while, but that's
no, that's fine. That's what this hour is for. That's a quick overview, but that's great. Yeah, so it's like I like how you compared it to like other clicker games, but how are you solving the problems that they have and the reasons communities are not liking them, and how it's focused on Wax and bringing people to Wax. All of that is amazing stuff that we've been talking about all weekend. So it's great. If anybody got questions at all, you're welcome to put them in chats or in voice. Has anybody played Farmer Pets yet? They just launched. But yeah, feel free to continue showing more stuff, and also like the arts, the NFTs, and whatever events.
Yeah, sure. I can talk about the kind of the base game, how it works a little bit more. My business partner Josh and I, we really poured over the economy, and we were like, we love this idea of these three tools. We're like, it's a great idea. And how can we make this work so that it's fun and it deals with all the major issues that Farmers World had. Number one, there's evidence that the developers botted that game. It's circumstantial evidence. So, but if you go look, there's an Overseas Madman video where he found basically the same guy who created the Farmers World contract also created one of the biggest bot farms on Wax. So there's possibility there that the Farmers World team basically botted the game to death and botted the community to death. So basically we made sure that bots don't have an advantage in our game. All you got to do if you're a human being, just click once a day and you're taken care of. And the other thing was dealing with efficiency. So we have lands in our game. If you have tools, you can stake them to a land. And here it tells you basically you get a discount. You get no discount without land. You get a good discount if you have 4 or less tools staked to a land, but if you have 5 tools staked to a land, you get the best discount. So we find this kind of makes the game really interesting. And even right now, people are like, wow, like people are paying a lot for land. Should I just like sell my lands and then buy more tools and wait for lands come down? I think it's really it's kind of the game, right? When it comes to the market, people are trying to figure out like where people are going to be. Inside of the game, we also have these things called seasons that we really like. And with the seasons, we have spring, summer, fall, and winter, and they augment the amount of earnings that are happening. And we think about this like in the real world, like, during the pandemic, like NVIDIA chips were really expensive. Getting microchips is really expensive. So it's hard to buy new video cards. And so the demand for video cards and those chips were way up, but the supply was way down. So we wanted to kind of have a way for people to kind of think that maybe they can plan around that, but you never really know. So which is why we put in these seasons. So right now we're in a plus 5% food tool earning season, which is good for me because I got 5 food tools on my draw. And yeah, in terms of the economy, we're really happy with the balance of it. My business partner and I, we looked at consumption of the tools versus the demand of the tools, and we think we got into a pretty good place in terms of like, where that kind of like push and pull is going to happen. People are going to see like, oh, suddenly, food is really in demand, and then or probably in the next like week or two, it's going to be like, oh, food's in oversupply, but then we'll move into a new season. And then very
Mm.
slowly, people are going to be like, oh no, like food's in major demand. Like now I need more food. And so I think it's going to be really cool to see how people kind of play this. And, the base game of the resources, a lot of people in Wax are kind of familiar with this, but which is why uh, the crafting events are such a big deal, is because we found that people just really like what we did with the crafting events for castles. So we're building on top of that, making it even better than it was before. And both games, both castles and farmer pets, are going to benefit from this crafting event system that we're making that keeps both games updated with fresh content with the referral system. It's going to be really awesome.
Awesome. That sounds like it. Sounds like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you
And
said,
this game is live, by the way. It's
yeah, it
live
just
right
launched
now.
2 days ago. And like you say, it's the makers of
Exactly.
Castles.
Yep.
Like they've been around, and they're one of the biggest games on Wax, and a huge community. So like it's not just some new project that's doing this. Like there's a lot of experience involved to make this the best for Wax. So that's really cool. We got a couple questions. Who's your graphic designer? How many artists do you
Yeah,
have?
graphic designer. Yeah, for the a lot of the artwork, like our logos, the NFTs that are on the game, like the harvesters, all that stuff. His name is James from Orb Art Studio. You can look up orbartstudio.com. He's been doing our artwork for castles forever. And we do have a couple of stock assets, like we are using like some AI art for the background. Like if you actually, the background there on the thing, like there's actually AI art. Took me a while to generate something that I liked, and we're going to put it onto the website here soon. It's not going to be an NFT, although we do want to start using AI art for NFTs, but we're waiting for Atomic to basically announce their.
Yeah.
They've told us there's going to be some there's going to be flexibility for having AI art as NFTs. So we're just waiting for them to release that information. They know we really want it, and they're like, it's coming. We know some details. I'm not sure how much I can say though, because we're on NDA. But yeah. But
Cool.
the cat was drawn by our artist, because we were like, if we got a dog mascot, looks great for promotional material, but we should have someone that's also like a mascot for us that we. That's the cat. She was made specifically for the game.
Awesome. Uh, what tool for silver? I got mines, says Dread. Does that make sense for
Yeah,
the game?
tool. Yeah, silver mines craft silver in the game.
Oh, silver
Correct.
Minecraft
And
silver.
silver tools right now are the rarest of all the tools. I think that the distribution is 50% food for both tools and land for food, and then 30% wood, and then 20% silver.
Cool. Cool. Do you want to show some of the different NFT arts, either on Atomic Hub or your website or anything, or even maybe show the game in action if you want to like start some staking just to show it?
Yeah, let's see.
Because we still got some time here. We got a half
Good.
hour.
Sure.
Sweet. From the creators of
Yeah,
castles.
I haven't staked my land yet, so we can go do that. I can go stake now. So I have this land here, and this is oh, I can't stake it because I don't have any wood tools yet, so I can't stake it. But that's what I would do. I would click here if I had a wood tool available. But we can always go to the market. So let's go to.
I'm just looking at the main farmer's pet screen. You might need a change.
Oh, are you? Okay. Sorry.
There you go.
You should see the Atomic Hub now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the packs that we just released here we released two packs. One is the Diamond Tool Pack. So the Diamond Tool Pack contains three random tools, and that is going to be the Harvester, the Chain Claw, or the Silver Mine. Harvester collects food, Chain Claw collects wood, and the Silver Mine collects silver. The Chain
Okay.
Claw and the Silver Mine need food in order to be used, and then the harvester and the chain claw need silver in order to be repaired.
Oh.
So, and then the wood is used to craft new NFTs. So, and lands and tools. So, it's basically every resource has its place, and then they're going to
Mm-hmm.
have even more use cases once we add what do you call it? Crafting events that we're going to put into the game to craft pets and accessories and build out their world. And so this has been really hugely popular, which is the Diamond Land Bundle Pack, because lands right now are really scarce in the game and they, increase your efficiency. And so, so yeah, so we're going to be dropping more of these both on Friday, this Friday on the 5th. And then for the tools, we got the chain claw. Diamond chain claw looks like this. And diamond is great because diamond gives you a plus 10% earning in the game
Mm.
to your. So in this case, when you're claiming from a chain claw, you get 22 wood, where without the bonus, it would just be 20. So standard crafted tools only get 20. And so that's the wood tool here. We got food tool, which you guys have seen, the harvester, which I got a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So yeah,
And
three
then
tools and a lot of
last but not
different
least,
uses, and you need different resources to use them. And all right. And again, the art
yeah,
is cool. It's cool to see nice art to go along with the game.
yeah, I've always loved James's art. You can see like with the tools, like Farmer Pets is all about that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you're good to animals. Like when you see your dog and like you pet it behind the ear and it just like loves you to death and it just wants to play ball. Like Farmer Pets is all about that feeling. And so everything we do, from our artwork to to the crafting events that are coming up, everything's about that warm fuzzy feeling you get when you're good to animals. And you can tell like on the chain claws, like that
So
we
you
have
got the
this
paw
little like
prints on
claw
there. Yeah.
here. Yeah, and it's on the wood too. You got the little paw prints, and the animals are always like smiling, and it's really important to us to kind of have this feeling of having fun when you're playing our game. It's not just from the resource collecting and the trading and stuff, but also the just like the world that you're in. The artwork's always been really important to me, and James is really good. If you check out the Silver Mine actually kind of looks like a doghouse. That's intentional. And then we got the little cat face here again, and then the cat face on the resource.
You're right. You wouldn't,
So
unless you look closely, you wouldn't quite realize that, and that's good because that's like subliminal feeling. Like you didn't realize it, but it's you still have that feeling. It does look like a doghouse mine. That's awesome.
yeah, and then here you got the pet food symbol here on the harvester. We're big on the symbolism in our games, right? Like we're really about the feeling, because we build these games too in and in the web browser, so it's compatible on iPhone web browser, Android web
Awesome.
browser, on your PC web browser. And
Mobile,
since
desktop.
we don't really put in like sounds and stuff in our game, the visual component's really important to us, so that it matches the vibe that we want when players are
Mm-hmm.
playing. And so people can trade the resources here on the secondary market. We also have a trading channel inside of our Discord where people can do that and sort by amount. There we go.
Awesome, awesome. Any questions, anybody? Go ahead and ask away. And you can join us at NFTOPIA if you're in a Twitch, and if you feel like it, you can do it. The link's right up there. Cool. You also have a referral program for like creators. We have one. Can you tell us about that and maybe
Mhm.
what a collection might want to do to get their own referral code, and what does that
Yeah, if
give
they
them?
yeah, if they want yeah, if someone is an they have a following or they make YouTube videos, or they have a Twitch channel, or they're just part
Okay.
of a guild and they want to invite their guild, they can go to our Discord, which is you can link to from the Former Pets website, formerpets.com. And one of my latest posts on there, the announcements, has a form that you can sign and basically sign that form. And we're offering our affiliates up to 20% from the drop of the performance on their link. So people who go and buy from your link, you'll earn up to 20% of that. Um, and where you do offer other things like tools and packs, it kind of depends on the person and what their following is like. If we're going to offer any packs to that individual. But yeah, that program's worked out really well for us, and it's also made us realize that we should double down on the referral system for the crafting events, because it was really hard for us to kind of tell what was going on in the wax space for the last year. What is blockchain? What is blockchain gaming? What do the wax users want? Like, for a year it was kind of hard to tell because there's so many people going in and out of the space. We've seen a lot of developers leave,
Mm-hmm.
or fake developers just stop showing up because there were some fake developers who kept trying to make projects, and many of them have just disappeared. I guess they figured it wasn't worth it to try to do all the hard work to only make so much money. They're probably better off trying to scam somewhere else. But the dust is like kind of starting to settle,
Mm-hmm.
and so we've been at talking to our gamers a lot. We've been talking to our users, and we're like, why are you guys here? Why do you play the game? What do you want from the game? What do you want next from the game? We used to just try to like create features and then give it to them. But they didn't like that. Like, we wanted to make a PvP mode. We gave them three different versions of like a PvP mode, and generally they didn't like the PvP modes, even though we thought they were great. We're like, these will be fun, but our gamers like, but that's we're not here for that. We are here for this. And we're like, okay, so you guys want to collect NFTs? You guys tell us you want to make money. None of our assets are securities. We don't sell investments. But I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, I can create scarcity around our gaming assets, and we can create these crafting events where scarcity is a major component, and then we can create a system where there are referrals that are put into that crafting system, and then we just basically get everybody coming here to play wax games, getting rewards from the referrals, and then have scarcity based NFTs. To me, it just seems like a perfect setup of creating both consumption and market trading, and the thing that everybody wants from these games. So we're really talking to our users, and we're figuring out what it is that they want. And we think the value proposition is, if we give them games that are fun and exciting, and that they have an opportunity to invite friends and then get value out of that, like value that they feel is a fair trade for the users that they bring to the space, then we're like, that's it. Like, that's the sweet spot. So yeah, we've been just identifying all these pain points that's here on the Wax blockchain, and we think it's such a great space. And if you just look at like the Twitter feeds, there's a real community here on Wax.
Mm-hmm.
Just really started to become apparent to us, after all the dust has been settling, and we're like, gosh, like, this person's still here, this
Yeah,
person's
during
still here,
bear
this
market, we're
person's still
still here.
here.
Yeah, we've been talking a
Even
lot
during the bear
about
market, this
about
person's talking about, hey, they lost almost everything, but they're still here.
exactly.
And it's like, why? It's because they're here for the community. They're here for the promise that they'll get value out of playing these games on Wax, and we're here to fulfill on that promise.
That is amazing. That was very well put. Everything you just said, and we've been saying, look at this glitch we got. Hold on, what's going on here? We got three avatars that there's the same name and avatar. I guess it's bloody zealous. I guess that's a bug. That's hilarious. But yeah, the whole weekend we've been talking about the community. That's what's kept a lot of people here, collectors and creators, like legit creators, that they get They get down too whenever there's bear market and stuff, but the community is what really drives them to Wax and wants them to stay here. And a lot of us have made, myself included, really good friends that we've never seen in person all over the world. And that's just a beautiful thing. That's being part of the community. And then as far as a project goes, like you're saying, you're in there, you're in your own Discord, part of it, listening to them, getting their feedback. You thought a PvP would be good, but hey, your community didn't want that. So you listen to them and you do what they do want. And that's what we want from projects. So this is a solid team making good stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
We have our referral code. Right here it is. I'm going to put it into the Twitch chat and into the Inverse space. It's going to be a link to a drop. And if you're interested, if you want it, you can buy the drop for Farmer Pets and start playing. And a portion of that will go to NFTOPIA because that's our referral code. And that's thanks to Farmer Pets for doing that. Which is awesome.
The current drop is sold out, but there will be another drop this Friday, and they can use that same link.
Oh, okay. So in that case, you just said it's sold out. In that case, if you want to sling that link somewhere on a bookmarks or whatever, if you're interested and you want to do that, there will be another drop. Cool.
Yeah, and what was I going to say? Oh, I mean, I think the entire Wax space has been really supportive. Like, we have our affiliates. We have almost 20 affiliates or more with Farmer Pets right now, and they've been really supportive of the project. It's really been a great experience. This goes to show that the strength of the Wax community. And yeah, I really believe that the future of the Wax space is in community and low-cost NFTs. This is something that we realized after Castles, which is Barons for almost $250 during the bull run, and that was just like the cost of like an NFT like that. If you wanted exclusive access to really cool features in the game, that's what people were paying. People were paying $250 for NFTs like that or more. So so that was our price point. But over time, over the bear market, people did get a lot of value out of making those Barons. But we found, like, at the bottom of the market, the value just didn't work out. So I'm really going to stand by that. The future of Wax is going to be on cheap gameplay, low cost NFTs, and community and referral codes. Like, all those things are basically going to make the basically
and real value and utility around that community too, while staying inexpensive. That's the thing with Wax, is we don't have all these huge gas fees just to do a transaction. So it's like the common man's blockchain. And the fact that you're like focusing on bringing new people to Wax, again, highlight that again, because that's really, really what should be happening. Bringing people that don't know blockchain at all. Bringing people that don't know. Oh, sure, you just went unmuted. We're hearing your feedback. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we're hearing somebody's feedback.
You're good. If you wanted to talk, sure you can, but just don't have the Twitch running. That's all. Even in the bear den, we stay family, says Tricky Creations. That's right, and it's been that way. I came into Wax when it was the super high. I mean, a lot of people did. That's why it was so high when it went up to $1 there a couple of years ago almost. I didn't buy it at the very top, but that's when I got into it. And things were booming then, but then things changed. This is how the whole thing changes, and for some people it was very rough too. But the fact that Wax, the community is here and that they're helping each other, and we have conventions like this, and everybody's still showing up. That just proves, and not just right now, but like in January and last November at DigiCon, and the Wax community coming in and say, hey, let's do it. This is an event for us, and we're not going anywhere. We're staying here for good. So that's awesome. And no shade to anybody. We just talked last hour. They're going to mint on other chains. There's no shade on that too. Like, explore other avenues. In fact, even if you're going to other chains and doing other things, maybe like even talk to those people about the benefits of Wax. There's nothing wrong with like doing multiple things, and there's benefits to each. So, and here at NFTOPIA, we're looking to highlight that too. We want other chains here. This is, and even Web 2, and there's already some Web 2. My blockchain attorney, well, I guess it's still blockchain, but my attorney's got a booth here. And last time we had a YouTube channel here. So it could be really anybody, but NFTOPIA, yeah, we'd love to see ETH and Hive and Polygon and some other things as we grow. And so that's what this is all about. It's kind of like education and having fun with the community and giveaways, drops. It's just all together into one thing. What are we looking at now? Look at your face there.
Yeah, we're looking at this is our YouTube channel. So we got some shorts here of myself and from Bad Days, but I wanted to show it because talking about bringing more users to the space, and definitely it's what we're focused on, is bringing new users to the space with our referral systems and the crafting events. But we also started a new campaign today. Well, I guess officially it starts a little bit later, probably another week or so. But for a Castles game, which is our first game that we made, we're starting basically like a choose your own adventure campaign, but it's community driven. So we just released the first video of this today, and the whole goal here is to basically make like a choose your own adventure game that is not on the blockchain. So anybody can vote on it. We're going to put the videos on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Facebook, it's here on YouTube right now. But basically, people are going to be able to go and vote on what happens next in the story, and then they can join our Discord. They can see that we have Castles, the NFT game, here to play. But this game itself is going to be free to play, and I'm using like AI art,
bringing what soldiers you could.
We have audio too.
Okay,
when
great.
you arrive, it becomes
but
clear
yeah, this
the
is
wall
all
of mist
AI
is
art,
not a natural occurrence.
AI
Clouds swirl
voiceover
within its core where lightning strikes regularly.
Wow, AI voiceover.
You have never seen
too.
anything like this.
Look at this, guys. Anybody can create stuff now.
The air against your skin feels strange and makes you uneasy. You send your soldiers about the town in search of the disgraced knight and his dire tidings. For now, there is nothing to do except wait uneasily, knowing that difficult decisions lie ahead.
Community-driven adventure.
Wow, cool. You're doing so much, YouTube content. And you know what? That does remind me, I've seen that you're doing like interviews on YouTube too, on your own, just like, putting out content like that to draw outside people in. That's just amazing. This is a hard worker right here. I mean, all the creators in this whole place are hard workers, but I guess I'm a hard worker too. But yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're pretty hardworking. I mean, that's like one of the things that I usually, probably wouldn't go to an event like this, but I noticed that you're, really hustling, these community spaces, and I thought that was awesome. So we're happy to be part of this. The last time we came here to NFTOPIA was a great turnout, and it's great
you were here last time with
Castles
too.
Attention.
Yeah, we appreciate that support for sure. And you're on my stream like a year ago. You were, I think, my second ever Twitch interview. And I want to say the quality was a lot less back then, but it was still a great and awesome interview. And that's when I first really learned more about Castles. And that's awesome for any collection owner to do stuff like that, to get their face on the cam and like, hey, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and boom, 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 like answer anything. Robert here created Castles like from nothing. He started it all, and it's grown to be what it is today. And it's just a really awesome thing to see here on Wax, especially.
Thank you.
We got
likewise.
15 minutes left. If anybody got questions or maybe you're interested, you want to jump in. Maybe you already tried it. It only started this weekend. What about Castles players? Anybody here play Castles? Let us know. And we do have
got some questions.
Yeah, somebody gotta have some questions. We do got the bounty block. I'm gonna post that link again so you guys can enter that. And there's a common pin like all of them have had. And then also, you said you still doing DM a crafted tool pack. There you go. Which pack would that be? What's in that pack?
That is the pack that players can craft. It's going to be either a harvester, 50% chance of a harvester tool, 30% chance of a chain claw, and a 20% chance of a silver mine tool.
Sweet. How many packs will be on sale on Friday?
We haven't announced that yet.
Oh, I haven't announced it yet. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Indeed. Indeed.
Bloody Zealous. Oh wow, that is really nice. And that voice is serious, says Dread. Yeah, the AI thing, that is really interesting. And I was listening to that space the other day when you were talking AI on Twitter, and yeah, I didn't realize you're that deep into it. I just got into AI art, not for NFTs, but for my other app launch, and just and also during my I was at a business pitch last week, 2 weeks ago, and there was another project, and they're using AI voices, and there's too, to do a whole different thing without going into it. But then too, I was like, when he said it was all AI art and he did it in minutes from his bedroom, I was like, it sounded like he hired a narrator for it. And it's like, wow, so we can actually create real different things. In fact, we're going to use that as narration on puzzle games. That's going to help us out a lot. Same thing with the AI art. So it's just cool that you're into it. And not only that, but you really understand like the space around it, the legal around, that's what the Twitter space was about, the legal around it and like things like that. So you're really digging in, I think, because it's all taking over the AI art and music and text and all that is going to really change things in the coming years. So it's just like kind of like blockchain space, Web3 space, something new to get in early and figure out before the mainstream gets there. It's a great thing. And
yeah,
not only that, but it helps you create productivity enhancer. Here you are making these YouTube content, like boom, 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 using that. That's just amplifying everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're actually planning to probably have 3 games by the end of the year at least. I'm not going to tell you what the next genre is going to be, but it's all going to be around like basically getting to that like super low cost entry point for these games. There might not even be like a drop for that game. We'll see. I want to do an experiment, see like what if we don't do a big drop for a game? What if we just like just start it out with just like crafting events with a certain genre and see if people like that. And I think they will, just put in referral systems for the crafting events. And if you like that particular genre, people can go in and just play that. But a lot of that's only going to be made possible by using AI art, because it's actually very easy to make great things. The kind of the thing with AI art right now is it doesn't really do the art right. Like half the time you'll have like a dog that has like
when you're trying to do characters, I got that too because I'm doing them for student break, and it's like you really got not just watch out for like the weirdness, like multiple digits and things, but it's throughout the whole image. I realized, so like even if the main focus is fine, you might have something in the background that's like super wonky, and it's like, oh dang it, it was almost
like
good.
A dog's face that is melting.
Yeah, so but that's something to play with. I'm using Midjourney, and I was just like really starting to dig in, but at the same time, it's super duper helpful too, like in different ways depending on what you're doing.
And it's very easy to Photoshop these so that they do work and so they are usable. And the AI is only going to get better over time.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it is such a huge productivity enhancer, because I remember looking at castles and I was like, gosh, like, we enjoy such high quality artwork with castles. This is what we're known for. And we spent a ton of money on our artwork from Old Art Studio to make all that artwork. And we're like, we've kind of like set our tone and our style, and it's a very expensive style. I'm like, gosh, how are we going to continue to afford artwork at this level during a bear market like this? And then AI art comes out, and I was like, oh, look at this.
Same thing for my app, Student Break. We want all these puzzles that are educational for kids, and like I was gonna design a lot of stuff and use royalty-free stuff, and it didn't take long to realize it's hard to get specific content for that. And exactly, AR just boom right here this year, and I just jumped into it while I was doing my business stuff, and like all of a sudden, oh my god, I can make really specific content for what I want. Tricky Creations is saying better manipulate the generated images or kiss that whitelist goodbye. Well, that's what Robert just addressed earlier, is they're kind of waiting for Atomic Hub, and Atomic Hub is working on like at least labeling, like allowing AI art, but having it labeled that way that it's been that it's part of it. And I think that's a good idea, because some people are, especially for NFTs and their collectors. Some people would rather get the handmade art, and they don't want anything that was generated, and that's fine. If that's what they want, then that's what they can do. But especially when there's like utility and for a game, and you're not just selling the art by itself because that's what it is. I think it's very useful for things like that. And it's only gonna, like he said, it's only gonna change in the future. So you pretty much gotta have to adapt in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. So Atomic Hub is adapting. And again, like I had to sign an NDA, so I'm not sure what I can say about the system that they're going to have in so that we can use AI art. But they are adapting to allow us to use AI art. But if you do it right now, they say they do de-whitelist, but they also say in a very soon amount of time we're going to have that feature where we can start using AI art, and I'm excited for it because I know there's a lot of controversy around the use of AI art, but it only makes sense to me that you could use it as an NFT. Obviously this stuff's all going to come out in the wash for the courts, but I think the way it just enhances productivity is too much to say no to. And that's not even on a legal level, right? That's just kind of like on a biased, business level. But when I look at what they're, apparently right now, like nobody's been able to offer a piece of artwork that looks like it was actually stolen from another artist. Sometimes you render something, you almost see like the
signatures,
the watermark. Yeah, you see like a watermark or signature or something. So definitely, I mean, they're scraping, the data people who didn't get permission, and so we'll have to see how that goes. But in terms of like the artwork that it's generating, out of the God knows how many images have been created, no one's been able to come up with an image and say, hey, your AI image looks almost exactly like this piece of artwork that this person made or that I made. Nobody's been able to do that yet. I imagine it has to happen after so many permutations, but I think it's kind of telling just how transformative this particular technology is, that it hasn't happened yet, that it's actually able to create something new out of the influence of other things. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of all about AI. I love all these tools. Been using ChatGPT, and I love talking to people who don't even know this technology's out yet.
Yeah, on that side of it, if we're not going to do art and music, just ChatGPT for productivity. When you have to write things, and what it allows you to just speed run through writing and like grammar correcting and summarizing and anything. It's just absolute. And Wax also, the CTO of Wax was on the main stage. I think he said it then, but they're also implementing AI, or maybe it wasn't him, maybe someone else, but implementing, it was him, yeah, for Wax, AI to speed run through things. Him. I thought it was using it as for development, to speed run through testing and developing and this and that, to really implement it for what they're doing as a business, to help their business. And that's amazing. It also helped me a lot for writing in the past half year, when you got to write a bunch of stuff and that's only going to change too in the coming years. Yeah, it's free. It's evolving way too quick, but it's going to happen regardless. It's there. Tricky Creations.
Yeah.
You've been developing an AI for 3 years now. I hope you get your whitelist back too. Yeah. Developed Pixel Mind after leaving Stable. Been in the generation game for a minute. Well, that's really neat. But good thing I can draw too for now. I heard that. No, I mean, I still love real art, and I thoroughly appreciate the effort and the time and work, talent that it takes to make real hand-drawn art. Our NFTs is an artist, and he does all that. And like Castle's, their stuff is all like, you definitely appreciate that thoroughly. We're just saying that there's like space for both. That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah. Our barons that we had crafted originally in the game, that cost us, I think, almost $2,000 to create. So, and it's just one NFT, right? And now I can render something of comparable, comparable quality using AI art. Maybe have to tweak some things. But I mean, that's a huge money saver, being able to create something in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And it might kind of seem unfair to some people that like that be possible, but also didn't work for us that we had to buy that artwork. Like we bought so much of our artwork when it was the most expensive to buy because everybody wanted high quality art for their NFTs and their PFPs. So we had to compete with that whole market. Our whole dungeon expansion cost us almost $200,000, and we lost money on it, right? because we released it at the height of the bear market. So we had a guy come into our chat the other day, and he was like, "Oh, what? Like you guys made so much money off castles. Like, why are you releasing another game like Farmer Pets?" And I was like, "You have any idea how much money we lost during the bear market because we put everything into the castle's artwork, over $80,000 in the castle's artwork, plus the tech team and the dev team and myself and my business partner. Like it was so expensive. We lost so much money, and we lost almost $100,000 on the wax tokens that we put into the in-source liquidity pool. And we're just, wow, look at all that money that we made and then we lost because we're putting value back into the game, right? But now with AI tools, we can actually get more value back out again by generating AI.
That's a lot. And power to you for really still sticking with everything. Some comments in the chat. Yeah, always keep in mind the A stands for artificial, just like artificial flavors, hair, turf. It's good stuff, but nothing ever beats organic. Hey, I agree with you when it comes to like art for art's sake. Like I was saying, like the actual talent, time, effort is thoroughly appreciated. The AI is just another facet. Like it's more about speeding up productivity and more options. But it's just the space for both. And Tricky Creations didn't expect this conversation. Hey, I didn't either. So you never know what happens here.
Yeah, if we start talking about AI, get all worked up.
All good art is good art. The prompt still equals the creative mind behind the words. It may be surprising to you how much effort and time it does take to get what you really want, and then you may want to manipulate that too. So you may have something, and then you're gonna go Photoshop it and change it. Like that's what a lot of creators are doing too, and so it's all just part of it. But yeah, so we're almost at the hour. We did talk about Farmer Pets. We talked about AI too. If anybody has questions about any of this, this is the last call. But I hope you learned a little bit. And if you're interested, maybe check out the place. The Castles has a booming Discord. Do you have a separate Discord for Farmer Pets as well?
We do actually have a different Discord for Farmer Pets. You can get to it from the farmerpets.com website.
Okay, farmerpets.com. You'll get everything there. And if you are interested in buying the drop on Friday, I'm going to drop the link here again. Save this in your bookmarks. Use our link because we're at NFTOPIA, and I told you about it. And you'll be supporting the convention. So if you are interested and you may buy the drop on Friday, check it out. Use that link, and then hopefully maybe you'll like it and you'll like the community and make some friends while you're at it. Robert, thank you so much for the past hour. This was a great talk. Just like this entire weekend has been amazing. I'm actually going to announce the winner of the two winners right now. So that's going to be the common pin from NFTOPIA is mgs2i.c.wam. Congrats. And then the pack from Farmer Pets is 4mdrq.wam. Congratulations! And with that, we're gonna. Again, thank you, Robert. And I'm sure we'll see you. We'll see you again next time, and probably in other places. Like he said, he's got a YouTube. What is your YouTube channel that you're putting this extra stuff on?
Yes, youtube.com/MetaSourceGames.
MetaSource Games.
And on Twitter, you can find that campaign for Castles there.
All right.
So thank you guys. I look forward to the drop, and I appreciate you having me, Breakman and Waffles Kitty. This was a really great time. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. All right. So our next stop, we have 2 hours to go. Oh my God. Well, the party will continue tomorrow. You guys can still come in here and do your Nuvo links and stuff. But as far as the marathon of streams, we are 2 hours to go on our third day. It's been an absolutely epic weekend. An epic weekend. And for the next run, we're going to have a lot of fun with the online end. Let's go to Break Hall. And I'm going to raid the online inn if he's already live, but we'll go there first and we'll raid him. We'll talk a little bit about the online inn first and what he does, and then we're going to follow him around and do some parkour, and it's going to be fun. So let's go over there to Break Hall.